Yeah, touchdown when I'm in there. Olay set it out for the weekend.
Welcome back to the Popular Demand Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. With me today, I have my loyal co-host, Delon. What's up, Delon?
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jordan.
And you know what we do. We give you our takes on basketball, music, and everything in between. If you are listening to the podcast right now on a podcast platform such as Apple or Spotify, remember that we are now on YouTube. So check us out on YouTube, subscribe, like, throw us comments, maybe ideas you want us to talk about in the future, maybe artists you want us to interview, maybe music. You just, maybe just tell us, you love us. Just tell us anything. Just put anything in the comment section. We would greatly appreciate it. But today we have a artist with us. This is another artist spotlight interview. Today we have the Chicago native R&B singer / rapper, Saeed. What's up, Saeed?
What's up? Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Doing great, fam. Glad to have you here. I was really excited when your boy sent me your music. My Unorthodox Love. Thought it was real sweet. I'm gonna ask you this though: what came first, the chicken or the egg? What I mean by that, what came first? Did you start out as somebody who grew up singing, and then you learned later on, like, oh, I can rap, so I'm gonna incorporate that into my music? Or did you grow up always loving to rap, and then you realized, like, I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. I'm gonna sing here, I'm gonna sing there.
So that's what happened. So like when I was like super young, I used to try to like sing, Chris Brown used to be like my go-to, I just think I was like that.
Now we
think I had the vocals and everything, but I don't know, it just changed and I like rapping. I found out about super artists like Kanye and everything and started rapping. I like the art and everything. And I started doing that. And from there it just grown. But I'm still touching like bass and like everything else. I like melodies and all.
So is it safe to say that you enjoy singing more than rapping? Because, on My Unorthodox Love, you do a lot more melodies and harmonizing than you do actual rapping.
I would say for that project, I just wanted that project like an R&B project because that's the first time I'm doing something like that. Most of the time I'm rapping and everything, or I'm doing like the new school rap melody type of shit.
So it was like a one-time occasion thing where you leaned more heavily towards your singing.
Yeah.
I got you. So let me ask you this. What do you think of the current landscape of R&B? Because, a lot of people think that R&B is like, a dying breed. There's not a lot of it. And they blame it mostly because people are infusing hip-hop into the R&B. Yeah, so they think that it's like, losing its essence. What do you think about that?
I would say it's still there, but like you just have to like if you listen to music and you like music, you just have to find it. Like it's not they didn't like take it off Apple Music or anything. It's still there. Yeah. The only problem is right now hip hop isn't like it's forefront with all the like culture and everything. So like for now it's gonna be like it's not gonna be in the spotlight as much, but like it's still there.
Yeah, because
there's a lot of people that like R&B is still there. I believe it's still there.
Most definitely. There's a lot of like low key artists. It's just that hip hop, like you said, is like the biggest thing now.
Yeah,
like if you listen to pop, you're gonna hear some rapping. Apparently now when you listen to country, you're gonna hear some rapping. So now you listen to R&B.
Too.
Yeah, like you're gonna hear hip hop almost everywhere now because it's like the number one export in music. But what I was gonna ask you is that what I was gonna tell you is this: that listening to your mixtape though, I kind of didn't like. I'm gonna say this. I do kind of hate the trend of like adding rap to R&B. That's because a lot of those R&B singers really don't be singing. They kind of be whispering into the mic. Then they have very dull production in the background, so it's like very windy, like wind chimes and shit in the background. And I ain't really feeling it. But when I listened to your song, The Freakin', I said, "Oh, the production of this shit got some nice bounce to it." That was the song. That was the song that drew me in when I listened to your mixtape, and I was like, "Wow, I'm really rocking with this." The production was dynamic. It didn't have too much trap elements to make it sound like some of the shit that like Young Thug be rapping over when he does My Beautiful Thugger Girls. I do like that album though, but
that was great.
It is, but it wasn't too much of a trap element, so it still sounded R&B, and the way you flowed and sang over it was also as dynamic. It wasn't like just monotone and just whispering into the mic. And that's why I think that kind of separates you from those who typically do R&B and rap and those who don't.
True. I would say for Freakin', I don't know, that was just something like really special because when I didn't make the beat, first of all, it wasn't produced by me. So like when I first heard the beat, I was like, wow. Like something about the drums just like spoke out and it was like was just so weird and everything. So I did like my little demo and everything, and I had the whole idea and concept like she's a freak on the weekend, like you know. There are a lot of ladies that like that, even guys too.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna just rock with this and make something like that.
So like when you found the beat, did you like know that like, oh, I'm gonna harmonize, I'm gonna, you know, sing over this, or did you know that you like do you usually when you get a beat, do you know instinctively like, oh, I'm gonna rap over this, or oh, I'm gonna sing over this, or do you usually like do a demo of like both?
So like, when I hear a beat, it sounds, man. It's just music. So like when I hear a song or a beat, I just do whatever comes to my mind. If I take too long, then it's not gonna work. And the funny part is my process is like probably different from a lot of people. I just like record demos on my iPhone and everything. Yeah. And I write through it. I change a lot of stuff and I tweak a lot of stuff. But most of the time, the idea and the demo is the main song, basically. So if I'm rapping, then that's what I came up with. That's what I felt. If I'm singing, then that's what I felt, you know?
Yeah. So it's, you know, more raw and uncut rather than just like sitting down, you know, stressing out too much about it.
Yeah.
Who do you? I'm gonna say this. A lot of people also credit the infusion of like R&B and hip hop together into rap, or into R. But they a lot of people contribute the combination of R&B and rap. They credit it due to Drake, even though it kind of existed, you know, prior. I think he put it at the forefront. Do you think that Drake was the blueprint for what you did on My Unorthodox Love? Or did you draw inspiration more so from somewhere else, maybe like Frank Ocean, who does, you know, go back and forth between rapping and singing?
For My Unorthodox Love, I would say, so I was listening to a lot of like throwbacks, a lot of songs that I like the structure and everything. So I was listening to like, obviously Drake, yeah, because I feel like he's a big artist and like I look up to him like just in inspiration and how he moves around. I feel like he studied the game and like he tries to like execute it properly, even though he takes like some L's, but he's always there. It's Drake, you know. I look at like artists like Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller, Kehlani.
Yep.
Kehlani's my like one of my go-to. Summer Walker, and what's her name? Her. Yeah. Those are like my go-to. But for like my Unorthodox Love, it was like mostly just based off like feels because. For instance, like it wasn't supposed to be a project. I was supposed to just drop like a stack of singles of R&B stuff. And I said, let me just make it a project and everything. That's why I went with that.
You said you were a fan of Party Next Door. Did you like that last album that just came out? Just curious.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want nobody to like bring me down. Nah, it was only a few songs, and like it was really only a few songs. Like I don't even think I could count like up to like 4. That were really good, like stand out. Because I don't like counting like okay songs as like okay. Like you just give the artist okay because you like the artist. It doesn't mean you necessarily are really gonna go back to that song. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you because I thought it was cool. Like listening to it, I'm like, okay, this is cool. It was nothing that I was like, oh, I gotta hear this again. So I'm like, I'm gonna definitely come back to this. But I thought it was a cool listen for the most part. I was just curious what you thought. I know Delon was actually he liked it a little bit too.
It was all right. So at what point when you were getting all those singles together did you decide that you wanted to package it as a project?
When I wrote the first song off the project, Late Night, I was when I was like, okay, yeah, I have a couple ideas, and I feel like because once I started, the first song I wrote was actually Freakin'. So I was like, I'm trying to like do this little like cool vibe because I started during the fall. So I started working on it during the fall, like November and everything. So I was like, I wanted this cool vibe and everything. I wanted to see where it goes, just to test myself and make something like completely different from what I did. So when I wrote the first song, Late Night, then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just put it together and make it a project and everything.
Okay, all right. So on My Unorthodox Love, who are you talking to? Because it feels like at the beginning when I was in that first song, I was like, you're talking to somebody. But then every time you do that, you double back, you ask some like reflective questions to yourself. So it's also like you're talking to yourself, but it's all also very relatable to men. So who is the audience intended on this project?
So like every song is a different person I'm talking about, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
So like the first song, like you said, I was in the talk, like I made it in a way because I thought it was cool, like how artists like write songs and you think it's about like certain things. but it's not about that. Like The Weeknd, Can't Feel My Face. Like most people thought it was about a girl or something, but it was about drugs and shit.
Naturally.
So late night was about. It's basically about music, basically the art. It's not about a girl. Like it's just how I feel about the art. Like basically. So like if you go back and listen to it, like every word, every detail was basically about my love for like music and everything.
Yeah.
That's a nice caveat. I gotta like. That's cool as hell.
Just
like,
them things after you listen to it afterwards.
Yeah, you
go back to knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool as hell. Cause it makes me think of like even like Tyler Creator. You know, that's like one of his favorite things when he comes to rapping. Like he'll be rapping about some normal shit, but he's actually talking about something very, very, very vulgar, or vice versa. Like you know, the metaphors, entendres, love all that shit. But I'm gonna ask you this. So, I listened to your tape before this. It was a lot more assertive. Rapping with a lot more purpose and force, like you know, aggressively. You know, what was the? Well, I guess we kind of already answered this, but like, what was the inspiration between you know moving away from that and wanting to do like these R&B records? So, what inspired your tone shift? Like, what made you want to do these series of R&B songs?
So first off the bat, that first tape, All For You. It wasn't necessarily a tape. It was like a lot of my songs on SoundCloud, and I wanted to like put it on Apple Music. And I thought, like my team and I decided like it would make more sense if we just put it together like collective, you know, something like similar to like the Care package. But we did that way before the Care package.
Yeah.
So we did that and just put it on Apple Music and everything, and all streaming service. But for like moving from that to here, like I'm necessarily still trying to find my sound and everything. But like I think I have, but like. I always like testing the waters. I was like trying new shit. I was like trying to like move around. I don't like to like stay boxed in one specific thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really like R&B. So like I was like, I'm gonna just do this because that's how I felt at like that moment. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to make some hype, something really like conscious and anything. I was like, that's what I was feeling, and I felt like doing that because that's where my heart was telling me to do.
So like doing an all rap record, like an all rap album where you primarily rap, like going forward, is that out of the question, or that's not something you just?
Nah, that's still there. Like the next thing we got coming is like some more like rage, like some more hype and everything. I love rapping. I love making hype music. I love everything. I always rap. Like I will never like leave rapping out of the question.
Well, my next question was actually going to be, was My Unorthodox Love the new normal? Would we be seeing, because I listened to Mama Sita that kind of gave me a vibe of what you were doing on My Unorthodox Love. I thought that could have been something that could have actually fit in on that project. And I listened to another one of your singles. It had an R&B vibe as well. So you said your next tape is actually going to be more hip hop, more, you know, bangers, more up tempo stuff. Or those singles, were you intended for like Mama Sita and the other two singles to be on that album?
Mama Sita was not gonna be on Unorthodox Love. Okay. It was Mace. Like I made that song like 2018 or early 2019. I just decided to drop it. You know, I just felt like it was right and everything. I should have dropped it like earlier, but like I had to drop the tape and everything because it would have fit right in the start of the year for certain. Like it will fit right if you listen to it for that certain feel. Like it will fit right. Don't hit me up. I'm good. You don't gotta ask. I'm doing good. Like it'll fit super right there. Yeah. So when that girl hits you up when you doing good, you like, nah, man, I'm straight.
Big facts.
All right. So you said earlier in the interview, and you said on your Gold Roses remix that you actually produced beats. So which ones on My Unorthodox did you produce, or which were your favorite tracks you produced?
I like that. You listen to Gold Roses. How do you feel about that?
Hey, I liked it, man. I liked it.
That's good. I produced Late Night, City Girl, North Side, and 80s Love.
Okay. 80s Love is my favorite track, so.
Those are my joints.
No, I have a question. Hold on, wait. How the hell did you get Gold Roses on Spotify? Let's talk about that. How the hell did you get Gold Roses on Spotify without that copyright?
Okay, you see, that's the thing. Man. I don't even know how, man. I feel like
cut this part of the interview. I'm watching.
They saw it and they fucked with it. I don't even know how, bro. I just said, let me try it, and then I was like, we uploaded it and everything. It worked. They just left it. I was like, okay.
Like, tried it. He didn't know if it was gonna work. He just tried it.
But we made sure we included like the remix and everything. I don't know the other ends because I don't do the like uploading and all that other stuff. I have somebody that does that. So maybe he did that or something like that. But I was shocked about that too.
Man, that joint came on. I was like, oh wait, that's Go Rose, okay. And then halfway through, I was like, wait. I was like, ain't no way.
That shit had dawned on me till now. I'm like, damn, that nigga did have Gold Roses on his album. That's crazy.
Hey,
man, finesse, man.
Yeah, you never know what you get away till you try it. You know.
True.
You know. We tried it all. We tried all the time over here. They always shoot us down real quick. Like, nah, Playboy, you can't copyright. You can't play copyrighted shit on here. I'm like, all right, okay, it's cool. But fuck the Migos on that note. They got a last Twitter taken down. We was like we had finally reached like 1,000 followers like a year ago, and we posted a video highlighting one of their. It was like we posted a music video, one of their music videos. And we're like,
it was the best videos of 2018 list.
Yes, it was the best. So we weren't just like It was like they had a hot video out. We were just dropping it in that moment. Said, hey, you see the Migos video? But like we was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna talk about the best videos this year. Let's show Migos some love. And then they reported us and got a whole Twitter taken down. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I'm still salted. We still salted about it, you know. Migos ain't been doing too hot since then. Until they do right by us. So okay, back to you. What do you feel like is the most important aspect of your act? Because you said, you know, you rap, you sing, and now we know you produce. What do you feel like is the most important aspect of what you do?
Just making good shit.
Yeah.
Just like straightforward. Like it has to like hit you. Like I don't want to just make stuff that's just gonna pass you by. Even if I'm not where I want to be. Mm-hmm. I don't want to just make easy stuff. I want to like whatever I'm doing, like whatever genre or whatever style it is. Like if it's not lyrical, the sound and everything is gonna hit you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I want every. Sorry, my bad. I want you to like feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically.
No, I feel that for sure because I feel like a lot of times when I evaluate music, if somebody's a lyricist, I sit and think to myself, okay, are they actually being lyrical? Like, am I really
just putting words together?
Yeah, am I really getting stuff from this? And if it's not lyrical, I'm like, okay, but can I vibe to it? Can I really enjoy the production and that alone and the flow and the melodies that he's giving me? Well, I'm not really feeling that. So, but see, that's usually how case by case situation. Like I listen to your music, I'm like, okay, is he rapping or is he not rapping? Was he, you know, is the production nice and is the melody's nice? If it's not one or two, I'm like, well, he didn't do anything for me on this song. So I think that's a great way to approach your music. The fact you said that, you know, if I'm going to go in, I'm gonna go in. Like I'm gonna go all in on this record.
Exactly.
Could you see yourself writing for other artists? Because your pen, you have a lot of nuance in your pen on your album, which I don't hear in a lot of R&B. A lot of R&B nowadays is slightly misogynistic, like I'm just too cool to sing kind of R&B. But you definitely have a lot more nuance in that. Is that a field or a lane you're interested in?
I'm willing to do it, but like I'm not willing to give all the sauce out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I want to like help you out, but the only reason why I'll help you out is if you can do it by yourself. I don't want to give you the sauce and when whatever you blow up or something and you run with that, but you can't do another thing. So you go pay somebody else to do it, like that type of shit.
Yeah.
I want to give somebody that deserves it. Like they can do it themselves, but I just added like some input to like create magic. You know what I'm saying?
So you see your writing process, you know, writing for someone else more of a collaborative effort rather than propping somebody up on a pedestal that they can't even really sustain on their own. That's okay. I respect it. I respect it for sure.
What are some misconceptions that you hear about the Chicago music scene?
Oh wow, I feel like there's a lot of people in the same box, and like I get it, but like, man, for people like maybe like me or something, like if we trying to like, it's gonna be hard for us, but like there's a lot of people trying to do the same thing, like same sound and everything. They're not trying to like expand. And it's like sad because that's what they just like want to do it. I don't know, but like I feel like it's either like three types of styles in Chicago for me right now. Mm-hmm. It's either you making emo rap, like emo sound quality rap, or you making the happy conscious rap like like Chance, all of them, or you making street music. So those are like the three main sounds that are like prominent in Chicago, you know. So I feel like it's still like dynamic and everything. We get a lot of good music from that, but yeah, I hope like a lot of people are not too boxed in like one like sound. You get what I'm saying?
So I'm glad you brought that up. You're around the age of 20. I want to ask you this: which movement did you resonate with, like as a teen and growing up and like living in Chicago? Did you resonate more with the drill style, or like Chief Keef and his crew, or did you vibe more with Chance the Rapper, Vic Mensa, No Name, those guys?
It was Chance the Rapper, Vic Mensa, Kanye, those people.
Yeah, I feel that. So let me ask you this: Common or Lupe Fiasco?
Lupe Fiasco.
Nah, respect it to the utmost. I love Lupe Fiasco is one of my favorite all-time artists.
Wait, you pick Common?
No. I picked Lupe.
Oh no. Lupe.
Okay.
No. I picked Lupe.
I just feel like they don't give him flowers though. They don't give him a lot of flowers, bro.
No,
he's still good.
It's because he complains a lot. Anytime you start complaining and talk about how much of a genius you are, people tend to like want to walk away from you. And that's kind of Lupe's problem. Like you get on Twitter and say, I'm smarter than you, and that rubs people the wrong way. So they kind of want to give him less flowers. Everybody love Common. He'll show up and do a poetry slam at your event. At any given moment. So like everybody love Common. But like I said, I like Common.
Stay at home.
Yeah, I
start fighting videos.
Playing with katanas in his backyard. He can't be in Chicago. I know those stores ain't allowed in Chicago. He can't be there. I don't know where he be playing with them blades at.
He probably on a mountain or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in Tibet, man. Meditating with a monk, some shit like that. But Saeed, that's all the questions I have. Delon, you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Well, I tell you what, Saeed, we appreciate you coming on. It's been a pleasure talking to you about your project, My Unorthodox Love. We are excited because, like I said, Mamacita, I love that single. Excited to see what comes next on your next album.
Thank you. So for now, I'm just gonna be putting out singles and just see where it goes. But the next project is Always Strive, so keep an eye for that. Always Strive.
So make sure you guys look at the show notes. You'll find a link to Saeed's music. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Pop the Man Podcast. See you next week.